Alright. Glad I'm getting the proper setup out of the way while nobody is watching, because it's a little bit sort of underwhelming when I switch over to the when I tab out of the game over to OBS and the game audio stops. And I got that out of the way just in the nick of time because our first viewer has arrived. Hello. Today I will be playing more of Dark Souls 3. The last stream that I did was also Dark Souls 3, and we are continuing that. And I would like to lower the volume of things, if that's an option. Well, I guess I'll just go deaf. Yes, we will be returning to Drimpley. The Adventures of Drimpley. Just picking up right where we left off. It's been 3 days? 4 days? Because my last stream was... Yeah, my last stream was on Monday. And then... because of my schedule, my next stream would have been Dead by Daylight Wednesdays. But Wednesday was the boycott, which I figured, you know, I ought to participate in that, because if I ever get consistent viewership, that is something that might affect me. And then there was another day's gap, because that's how my schedule works, and then it was today. And today, we will be continuing to play Dark Souls. Okay. I hear somebody clomping. No, it's just that fellow up there. I don't know why I assumed that that was a parryable attack, or that that was the correct parry timing, because neither of those things were true. Yeah. Ooh! Slow down, bud. Alrighty. So normally I do go and do Firelink Swamp first, and then come back for the Cathedral, either before I do Catacombs, or once I'm through Catacombs and at the bridge to Irithyll. But, you know, might as well switch things up. Hello. Ugh. But this guy consistently gives me more trouble than the guy at the top of the stairs. I don't know whether that's common or uncommon, or whether everybody just approaches these guys differently, or what. Okay. First death of the night. Just turn right back around and do it again. Hey, man. Ugh. That was a bad move on my part. Good lord. Forgot what it was like to play with no armor. And no real health to speak of. Alright, well. I don't know why that attack didn't do any damage to me, but I'm thankful. Oh no, oh no. Alright. One more time. I haven't played this game since Monday. I am out of the practice. And my souls are all the way down there. And that is a fair amount of souls. Because I killed Sage at the end of last stream, and then I just didn't do anything with those souls. Could have leveled up before or after the end of the stream, rather. Whoa. I got one on him. I really should not try and go for more of those parries. It's such a weird window. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna. Okay. There's 20,000 souls on the line. He's kind of backed me in such that it would be really awkward to go and get them, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go and get those souls. Just so I don't have to worry about them. Just one more. Oh. Yeah. Another foe vanquished in the name of Drimpley. And he is a foe of the non-respawning variety, so let's just get right on to his friend upstairs. Doesn't have quite as much poise as his friend, does he? Oh. Ah! He does have combos, though. A different sort of challenge as compared to the more heavily armored boy. But now they're out of the way, and we can move on. That is an outfit. Move on through to the other side, and by the other side, I mean this room full of very many dogs and people with crossbows. consistently a least favorite in this game. I really do not enjoy the trials that this particular area puts me through. Yeah. Cease. Stop. There we go. I'd like these dogs to come with me. Hello. Thank you. Number 2. Ah. Alright. So there's dogs, I think. Nope. There's the dreaded dog number 4. Okay. There's dogs. And now it's just a matter of killing these 2 dudes without dying myself. Not even a problem. So my last few days have been composed mostly of Fallout New Vegas. That's what I've been playing. Good lord. They really just decided, yeah, let's make those particular dudes' screams like twice the volume of anything else in the game. That's certainly a bold choice. I don't know that I would call it like a good one. But yeah, I've been playing Fallout New Vegas. These 2 messages definitely say something about butthole, so we're not even going to read them. That is now my stance on butthole messages. It's funny the first, 5 times. And then it's just the same message over and over. Accept. And then just immediately leave the little area that this guy brings you to, because I am nowhere near high enough level to be here. I keep starting to talk about Fallout New Vegas and then getting distracted and changing the subject. Anyway, no. Yeah, I am... oh, I didn't even grab it. That's a shame. You hate to see it. And there I went getting distracted again. At least this time it was because of my own mistakes. But yeah, Fallout New Vegas is a good video game. I don't know that this is a controversial statement. I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page about that one. But I have... the dogs in this game can teleport. I watched a really interesting video on why they do it. I could probably figure out how to phrase it if I weren't being accosted. Hounded, one might even say, by these dogs. Oh, no. Cease. Ooh, alright. I hope you appreciated my funny hound joke. I thought it was quite good. I did it again. Fallout New Vegas is a good video game. I have an appreciation for it now that I did not the first several times that I played it. My replaying it was spurred on by an H-Bomber Guy video. And, good God. I firmly believe that the only way to play Fallout New Vegas is to make a character with a high luck score and a high strength score. And then, you gamble. You play blackjack in all of the casinos, and because your in-game luck score actually impacts your chances at winning while playing the gambling games, blackjack being the gambling game available with the highest element of strategy, you can make a lot of money quite easily until you win so much that you get kicked out of the casinos. Caravan, I have actually learned how to play Caravan. Which is quite a dense game. The rules are really just written in such a way, and it is a little bit difficult to pick up on playthroughs, but I have learned how to play Caravan on this playthrough that I am doing right now, and it is, I gotta say, really, really fun. I especially like about how I like how the NPC Caravan players that you can play against, all of them have their own unique strategies. Like, for example, if you play against... if you play against Joshua Nash? Johnson Nash? Joseph Nash? The fella in Prim, who is responsible for the Mojave Caravan Company or whatever. If you play against him, pretty much guaranteed on the first turn in which you are able to do so, he will play a king on top of one of your first cards that you played. And what a king does is it removes the card that it is played against. Wait, no. Jack, not king. He does also use a lot of kings, which double the value of the card. I am quite distracted by all of the awful maggot men who are murdering me. And it is difficult to think about that and also about Caravan. But yeah, honestly thinking about doing a Fallout New Vegas gambling stream where I go and play some Caravan and blackjack, maybe blow a ton of money on roulette, with a character with a sort of average luck score so that I can't count on being dealt very, very good hands every single turn. And then we'll have a grand old gay old time wandering around the wasteland and playing with playing cards. To be streamed whenever I decide that I actually want to do that. Oh, no. Lord. God, please. There we go. Those grave wardens, they are... certainly something. They are something. I didn't even... I was so preoccupied with getting these souls that I almost lost one of those fights with the little mini boss dudes. And then I just didn't actually spend them. So we're gonna see if I can remember how to navigate this little cemetery thing the normal way. Or alternate question, if I can navigate through the hordes of enemies without getting body blocked and swarmed. And we'll get back to a bonfire so that I can spam it. I made it. I narrowly dodged some maggots right there at the end. Alright. Let's go back to Firelink Shrine. Take care of some housekeeping. Yeah, I've got plenty of stuff that I need to do. Got an undead bone shard or several? Several. Okay. 2, which is technically several. Okay. 3 Estus shards, I believe.
It wasn't even.
I'm gonna just slide one of those into the Ashen Estus flask for purposes of like using weapon arts and such. Although I don't think you actually need FP in order to do your weapon arts, but I've already done it and I don't want to walk all the way back. So now I'm gonna eat souls. Right, I was holding on to this in order to get the ring later. Once I have done Abyss Watchers and can get their cool sword, I can get the Pontiff's Left Eye ring and do some stupid stuff with that.
Welcome, host. Very well, then taken.
Get my levels here. Some health would be appreciated, and perhaps also... yeah, more dex would be good. A whole 6 more stamina. It's always good. Very, very useful. Yeah.
Farewell, Ashley.
Okay. Back to it. Just take the same old path through here, because nobody likes this area. Nobody likes the maggots and the bleeding and the whatnot. Oh. Alright. Sure. Not being followed up here, am I? Checking my phone on stream. How unprofessional. Walk away from that fella. Ah. No. Ooh. Oh, this is what you came here to see. Please, dude. Come on. There we go. Now I'm checking my phone on stream. Okay. Moving on. Let's actually make some progress in this video game, why don't we? I have a few least favorite areas in this game. For somebody who supposedly enjoys this game, I talk a lot about my least favorite parts of it. But, good old Cathedral of the Deep, especially this outdoor area. I don't know whether I could even consider it, like, least favorite. It's just, like, underwhelming. Like, there are some areas in this game in which I will, on my runs, deliberately take a harder path because I find it interesting. I like the enemies that I find there, or, you know, something of the sort where it's like, there he is. Ooh. Yeah, something like that where it's like I enjoy the way in which the game's, you know, sort of paced the challenges there, or something to that effect. I can't come up with the words right now, but this particular area is just, like, kind of obnoxious. Like, it's a bunch of enemies that aren't really that difficult to kill, but, you know, they can just sort of swarm you and take you out. A few of them, those guys who, like, stab themselves and run at you while they're on fire, if that hits you, it's, like, it's a pretty high damage attack. It's essentially an instant kill. It's just, like, the most easy thing in the game to dodge if you're paying attention. Now, I was holding the sprint button, and yet I was not sprinting. And so when I clicked the jump button, I did not jump. That's what happened there. Yeah, this area is just kind of underwhelming. It's like, it's not challenging in a fun way, it's just challenging in a way that encourages me to memorize where all the shortcuts are so that I don't have to do a lot of it. Which led me to not discovering that you can get the Executioner's Greatsword in this little graveyard area with all of these sort of skinny, hollow fellas. You can get a weapon called the Executioner's Greatsword in there, and it's pretty neat. It's not, like, that strong. Like, it's not meta, quote-unquote, in any real way. But if you're playing, like, a strength-based character, it looks cool, and this is a early enough part of the game to get it where you can kind of justify using it. The trouble is, I never, like, get in there to discover it. I never got in there to discover it on an early enough playthrough, and I don't run over and grab it just because I don't like this area. The more I'm talking about it, the more I think maybe this area does actually make my least favorites list. Catacombs of Carthus is kind of a similar thing. This is just Gwen's Dark Souls hot takes now, but Catacombs of Carthus is sort of a similar thing for me, where, like, the only thing about it that I feel particularly strongly about is how neutrally I feel about it. It's just... Fighting those two dudes while the guy above is, like, shooting crossbow bolts at you, that's fun. I kind of wish there were more of that. Not in the area with the dogs, because the area with the dogs is very bad. But sort of more of that sort of specific thing where, you know, you can really, you know, work your spacing and kind of, you know, duel people. Now, yeah. Talking while playing video games. It is a skill that, frankly, I have yet to develop. But, you know, we're having a good time. Just running through this. I've yet to get hit with one of the maggot attacks, which is good, because I haven't equipped the torch. So I'd have to menu while running through hordes of enemies. Another thing that I am not very good at. Hey, it's that guy again. Words, language. Let's bring the Grave Warden down here. Get him shot with a few arrows. I think that would be pretty funny. Okay, I've been hit by one of the maggot attacks. Two of the maggot attacks. And several big slashes with a large curved sword. Brought this fella down here for a novelty. I wanted to see him get shot with a big arrow, but, you know, I guess I'll just hit him with a sword. Thanks for nothing, giant friend. I do love you, though. Yeah, so that's... Oh, I've bled again. That's what the maggots do. They just sit on you and slowly build up bleed until it procs. And you get them off of you by holding a torch. Which I think is pretty fun. It's neat. I wish it didn't happen ever, but it's cool. I'm joking. I do enjoy this game, genuinely, I promise. We're just gonna run past everyone. Stamina, please. Slurp. Get my souls. Just, please lock on to him. And another one drops down on me from somewhere, right? Or, no, I drop down on them. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Where did... I swear I heard. There, yeah. He's right there. Come here, nerd. This area is just... I think I can articulate what I mean now. I was thinking that this area didn't really meet my my list of like least favorite areas in this game, because there's no like one thing that it does particularly badly. It's just full of a lot of things that individually I do not like. Like the thralls, those silly hat men. I don't like those. And the fiery crossbow bolts. Not a fan of those. And the grave wardens, those are fun in untended graves way later in the game. Right now, they're mostly annoying. And they're fun when you're fighting them alone, not when there's a big swarm of enemies, or as is present over here, 2 of them. Bumped the microphone there. I apologize if that came through. But yeah, there's lots of little gripes I have about this whole area. Let me do a speedrun strat, actually. A literal speedrun strat, real quick. Just grab the store, and... nope, not that one. But quit out of the game. When I load back into the game, the position of those enemies should have reset. And the animation of the door opening should be over, I think. I think that's how that trick works. If not, I have probably just lost a lot of progress. Yay! Thank you, speedrunners. So we're inside the cathedral now. At least there is that. I forget where the nearest bonfire is. No, I'm not gonna come this far and get taken out by a fireball from one of these folks. Here we go. That's what I needed. Look at the face of our beautiful heroine. Yeah. Right. I owe my life to the Dark Souls 3 speedrunning community. Specifically for that moment. And nothing else, really. You see, it's a comedic employment of hyperbole. I say something really grandiose like that over something that's really quite small. It's a useful tool in humor. Oh, right. Another thing that I don't like about this area. Mr. Giant Man. So what Mr. Giant Man does is he hits things with his big strong giant hands. I didn't think that attack was going to do what it did. Whew. Alright. He usually gives me trouble pretty consistently, so frankly, I'm just glad that I got past him first try. I may be familiar with this game. That doesn't mean I'm good at it. I believe, yeah. some thralls. Ooh. I already griped about my feelings on the lock-on button last time I streamed this, so I'm not going to harp on about it again. But here's one of the things I actually enjoy about the Cathedral, is the Cathedral Knights. These guys are fun to fight. And they leave those little holy bombs on the ground. That's cool. I wish there were more of them. Oof. There we go. I don't know what's wrong with my throat today. I apologize for all the coughing right next to the microphone. That's probably not good for ears. What is the matter? Anyway, yeah, I wish there were more Cathedral Knights. There's that guy. There's 2 up next to the boss arena. And there's a few way up in the rafters up there. So there's Mr. Giant Man, as viewed from this angle. Oh, right. Okay, we're fine. Other speedrun strats. So this area over here is full of muck that makes you walk all slow, and it makes your rolls slow too. But the dagger has a weapon art called Quick Step that is not slowed down at all by the muck. I'm gonna come back for all of these items when I feel like actually fighting the Giant Man. Because right now I do not. Anyway, yeah, speedrun. Speedrun strats. Come over here where your friends can't shoot fire at me, please. Yeah. No. Your friend joined us. Third wheel. Oh! Right. Oh! That was too close for comfort. Kind of want to fight that guy on purpose. He's another one of the ones with the mace and shield. I really do like the Cathedral Knights. No, I only have 2 Estus flasks, and as much as everybody tells everybody else that Deacons is the easiest boss in the game, and that they've never had any trouble with Deacons in their life. But, A, this isn't an ideal build for Deacons. My weapon can only hit like 2 or 3 of them at once. And just B, I sometimes have trouble with Deacons, okay? I'm not ashamed to admit it. Deacons and Crystal Sage are two bosses that most people say are easy, and they give me a fair amount of trouble on my playthroughs, and I don't know what's up with that. Give me the correct man, please. Thank you. Nerd. Deacons does have some of my favorite boss music in the game, though. Ow. It was Lanky Kong. Lanky Kong had it. For somebody who has never played DK64, I think about Lanky Kong a lot. Damn. Nerd. Come on, man. Okay. This is going fine. As long as I don't get body blocked, and that prevents me from escaping to heal, like almost just happened. That was my last heal anyway, so I hope I don't need another one. Ow, please. This sucks, dude. Am I gonna get him? I don't think I think I'm gonna die. Yeah, certainly. Certainly gonna die if that happens. Oh. Once again, I'm far too close for comfort. There we go. That's Deacons. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Just kick him while he's down. Yeah, okay, let's never come back to Cathedral again. I'll come back later when I want to get those items, just so that I can sell them for a paltry few souls. Get like half a level out of them. Alright, it's Henri and Horace. I think I've already fucked up being able to do their whole quest line, so I'm not gonna talk to them, but they're here. Why did I come up here? That's not correct. I can unequip this torch now. And the dagger as well. No, if I alt-tab out of the game, OBS will be weird. I was gonna alt-tab out to mute my mic so that I could cough a little bit. But instead I'm just going to move it farther away from my face so that it's not as loud in your ears. Get me some water. Water. get this up to a +2. Bye. Yeah, let's get the white soapstone just so that I can screw around and help some people with some boss fights at some point.
Very well, then top taken.
Let's level up with Firekeeper. Yeah, 4 levels. I will put them into... You know what? I will put them into Endurance. Get 8 whole extra stamina points. Let's see how much that helps me. And our next destination is Firelink Swamp, unfortunately. Firelink Swamp is on my least favorite lists, but it's like the highest one on the list. I like Firelink Swamp. I just don't enjoy it. That doesn't make any sense. Hang on. Ladder cheese, or do I fight these guys for real? I think I fight this guy for real, at least. As for real as you can when one of your main vectors of attack is just running up behind them while they're distracted. I do have an alarm going off on my phone, which is quite distracting, so I think I am going to ladder cheese, actually. Yoink Your Ember is here. Lovely. I'm so glad. Yeah. I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing it for them. Damn. Yeah. Let's get up the ladder now. Or we can go down the ladder. That's fine. I'll fight you for real now. Just let me heal. Yeah, this guy's using the executioner. Is that? No, that's the claymore. Never mind. Looked kind of flat from where I was sitting. I thought he had the weapon I was talking about earlier. Yeah. That's me. He did indeed. Yoink my ember. Wait. Got Death Stranding today. I think I want to stream it tomorrow, since tomorrow is my last stream of the week. Silly Saturday stream, and I do kind of want to. Hey, attack me while I'm on this ladder. I promise nothing bad will happen. I kind of want to like save my first impressions of it for tomorrow, but I also really want to play some of it tonight. So I'm probably just gonna play it tonight, actually. Get at least a little feel for the mechanics, and then do my first stream of it tomorrow. I did not know that Death Stranding was made by the same people behind Ghost Runner, another game that I have played. And not one that I have any particularly strong feelings about. And also the same people who did Control, another game that I have played, and a game which I do have very strong feelings about. Those feelings being, wow, Control is very cool. I did not know that it is the same people, and the only reason that I know that now is because we bought Death Stranding because of the developer sale. And those two games are also on sale, if we did not already have them. Oh, this is where this guy is. Ooh. Right. I also like fighting those guys. Those guys are very fun. Now what jumps out and kills me in this room? Nothing? Okay, that's good. Cease your discharge. That's a different one. Which one is Ceaseless Discharge in? Is that one? Dark Souls 3 is the only Dark Souls game that I've played. Well, the only one that I've played any reasonable amount of. I've played like the first hour or so of Dark Souls 2, and I barely touched Dark Souls 1 a couple months ago. Yeah. One of the things that I actually need to do is up here, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, bad place for me. Gross, dude. Woof. Alright, well. Welcome to the Ringed City. Well, welcome to Grooze. Another one of my not very preferred enemies. It's sort of a slog, this middle section of the game, with the Cathedral and the Farron Swamp. The slog starts at Crystal Sage and ends at the door before the Abyss Watchers boss fight. Because Abyss Watchers is great. Yet again, I don't think that is a very controversial statement. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who doesn't enjoy Abyss Watchers as a boss. But yeah, after Abyss Watchers, you've got Catacombs, which is fine. There are enough good parts about Catacombs that I would not put it on any sort of least favorites list. And then you've got Smoldering Lake doesn't exist, so you go straight from Catacombs to Irithyll, which is a fantastic area, and then there's Anor Londo, and that's also a fantastic area. What's Yorm's place called? The Forgotten City or whatever? That one's fine. Again, nothing too stellar about it. Carla is... No. The key to get Carla out of her cell is in Forgotten City. Carla herself is in Irithyll Dungeons. Irithyll Dungeons would be on the least favorites list if it weren't so short. Irithyll Dungeons' diminutive length allows me to retain my sanity, so I don't mind it too much. Like, what else even? What other areas are in this game? Londor Castle, or whatever it's called, Lothrop Castle. The top of the castle, that area is good. Except for the long run-up leading up to the Twin Princes boss fight, but then you've got Twin Princes themselves, who are very good. And then there's Osiros, and then after that, Untended Graves, which is my favorite area in the whole game, I think. I really do like Untended Graves. Archdragon Peak exists, and I do not have very many strong feelings on it, other than Havel. Havel is there, and you can fight him if you want. I really don't particularly care about Archdragon Peak. And then the DLCs, both of which are mostly pretty good. There are a few sections of Ringed City that I'm not the hugest fan of. The opening area of Ashes I am also not a huge fan of, but the rest of it is good. That's the attack that I didn't want to happen. Can I heal, please? Will you let me heal? Ooh, not of your own volition. Alright. I feel like I'm forgetting a pretty decent chunk of the game. I mean, I didn't mention the beginning stuff that we've already gone through in this playthrough. High Wall is very good as a sort of post-tutorial area. I really like High Wall. Undead Settlement, not the biggest fan, but I do really like Curse Rotted Greatwood, so I'm willing to look past it. And also Siegward is there, so I'm willing to look past it even more. Just gonna talk shop about Dark Souls 3 for 2.5 hours straight, and I won't be able to talk tomorrow morning because clearly my throat is already going. Bonfire. Throwing knives? Do I have those? I don't. That's a right shame. So I guess I'll just draw these guys over. Single file, please. Orderly queue. Alright, come on now. I don't know why I say "come on, man" to video game NPCs like they're like a mutual acquaintance who is taking a practical joke too far. And I'm like, come on, man, this isn't funny anymore. Leave me alone, man. They can hear through my TV. These NPCs are stream sniping. let's rest here. Let's think about things. Yeah, let's go back to Firelink and eat the Deacons of the Deep Soul and level up. And also reinforce my Estus Flask and give Andre that coal that I picked up. All that sort of stuff. So only get like what, 3 levels? 4 levels. I'm being spoiled today. Andre, I got you a present. I don't think this is the one that lets me use sharp gems. If it is, I would be very happy. But it's not, so I'm not. But I think I know where that one is, though. I know vaguely where that one is. I don't know if I remember how to get there. Oh wait, is it just down the, Is it just down the thing, or do I have to come around from the other side? Very, Did I actually reinforce my thing? I wasn't paying attention. And now I've decided to run over to the bonfire instead of just checking by trying it again. Okay, I did. That's fine. But yeah, I was using very descriptive terms that no doubt you all understood. But I will now go and check whether I can go down the thing or whether I have to come around from the other side, as I believe I said. Hello, Bloodborne. I call those guys Bloodborne because I feel like I said this last stream. Maybe I was only like midway through the thought and I didn't finish it because I feel like I didn't really get to my point when I said it. But these guys are called lycanthrope hunters after... well, A, they're carrying big stakes, which is sort of archetypical. And B, there's another type of enemy in this level. These motherfuckers, and these guys are called lycanthropes. So, yeah, sort of environmental storytelling. And both of them look a lot like Bloodborne enemies. Like, not any specific Bloodborne enemy, just sort of in general. Please let me go. In general, they both kind of look like they would be in Bloodborne, and it's speculated that their sort of names and designs were inspired by Bloodborne, which I always forget came out before Dark Souls 3, if I recall correctly. Unless I'm just totally pulling that out of nowhere, in which case, oh well. Yeah, that's the coal over there. You just gotta fight this black knight first. Oof. Ooh. Ah. The Sellsword Twin Blades. I don't have enough Titanite to make these worth using yet, but honestly, if you start as the mercenary, you can just use these through the whole game. You don't really have to change for anything. You can choose to change when you get the Baron Greatsword, or whatever. The spinny one with the paired dagger. The best weapon in the game, and the one that I'm going to use after I kill the Abyss Watchers. Um, I've got homeward bones. Let's get out of here. But yeah, that is the coal that I was looking for, and I believe that is the one that lets you infuse with sharp gems. And I have a sharp gem, and I have a weapon here that's really good at dex stuff already. And because it's not a boss weapon, I can infuse it actually. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Used to vote a fine product, now I'll praise the god.
Bit, sharp gem. Get our dex scaling up to B at the cost of a negligible amount of base damage.
Pretty be careful.
Alrighty. Now, back to lighting the 3 wolf fires to open the gate or the whatever. Lore in Dark Souls games does not matter. I will say that much. It's nice. I like the lore. But what's important is there's a bunch of funny little guys running around, like these fellas, and they're standing between you and the goal that you have to do. And even if they're just funny little men like this, they are going to kill you in order to stop you from achieving that goal, or just because they don't know how to not kill you. That's the ethos of Dark Souls, I think, is all the funny little guys, and your job is to navigate around all the funny little guys to the funny big guys who you're supposed to murder. I'd like to kill all 2, please. Eh. So hang on, I was thinking about boss order in this game a few days ago, because there is a little bit of variance. I mean, there are a few sort of choices you can make vis-a-vis what order you want to face bosses in, but there's not a ton. So, like, my usual path takes me through this whole area before I even go to Cathedral. And then I'll fight Abyss Watchers, and then Wolnir, and then I'll go back for the Deacons of the Deep. So, Abyss Watchers, Deacons of the Deep, Wolnir, that sort of chunk can be done in whatever order you like. Well, no, not whatever order you like. Whatever order you like, inclusive of Wolnir has to go after Abyss Watchers. But that is one of very few. I mean, if we're talking about just the mandatory bosses, the optional bosses obviously being optional, you can do them whenever you want. But let's see, what are all the mandatory bosses? You have to fight Gundyr, Vort, and it goes Gundyr and then Vort in that order. And then Yeah, okay, so it's Gundyr and then Fort, and then there's 2 sets of 2 bosses that have to be done one after the other. And that's Crystal Sage and Deacons of the Deep, and then Abyss Watchers and High Lord Wolnir. And so those, theoretically, if you enjoy running back and forth, you could do Crystal Sage, and then Abyss Watchers, and then Deacons, and then Wolnir. But then after that sort of group of 4, see, after Wolnir, there's Pontiff. Yorm is sort of out of order after. Hang on, no. You have to do Yorm after Wolnir. But after you've done Wolnir, you can just go and do Yorm whenever you want, I think. And then there's Pontiff, and then Aldrich, and then Twin Princes, and then there's the Soul of Cinder, and that's all of the mandatory bosses, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna join Watchdogs of Farron, just because I feel like it. I don't really like PvP that much, but it's something to do. I hope me sitting in place and saying things that you probably already knew is good content for you to watch. Now why did I come up here? Am I gonna fight Stray Demon? I guess I ought to fight Stray Demon. No reason to not fight Stray Demon. I don't have a ton of souls to use or anything. I mean, I don't have a very Stray Demon friendly weapon. If I just lay into him, it doesn't really matter what weapon I'm using, I bet. Haha, nerd. That wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought Stray Demon with like an exclusive slashing weapon was gonna be pretty hellish, but that was rather painless. So that's good. And for reference to myself, it's there. That's the one that I still need to do. It's that one there. I'm not going to remember that once I get back down to ground level, but for whatever it is worth, I have notified myself. Oh, no. Cease. Stop. There we go. Did I get him in time? I didn't get the crystal lizard in time. But I did get the shrieky dude in time, so that's good. I like any enemy you can just sort of walk around until they show you their backs. Sometimes the Lothric Knights do that. I don't know what makes them, like, drop their guard, but you can sometimes just circle around those fellas. And it's fun. Thief behind me going to backstab me. No, he isn't. Alrighty. Let's see if my sense of direction is as bad as I was saying. So, it's that one there. So it is currently to my right. And when I go down this elevator, the ladder is going to be over there, which means the thing should be, like, back there somewhere. So I just have to run around this. And it's... yeah. Right there. And it's a go there. Do that one. And then the door that opens is right to the right of it. Easy peasy. Nothing's ever been peasier. This is another area where using the dagger for quick step can be nice. Don't want to bother menuing to pull it back out though. Well, nothing to see here, sir. I'll just be on my way now. Don't you worry your pretty little head about me. He's worrying it. He's worrying his pretty little head about me. Alright. Break it. Do this. Oh, no. I always forget that that's what they do when you do that. Anyway, the door is right over here, right? Right? Is it right over there? It's right over there. Right? Please? It's not right over there. I'm being chased by a murderman. Yeah, that's me. That's me dead. Oh, well. At least the bonfire that should put me back at is like a straight shot to the door, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, wait, no. It's gonna put me back at this bonfire, but I can warp to the bonfire. There. Good lord, my throat. It does not like me today. Out this way. And it's right down there. I don't know why I have my humps stuck in my head right now. But thank you, Fergie. Always remember to say your daily thanks to Fergie for everything that she's done for us. Oops. Sorry that I killed your cult leader, fellows. No, there's nothing back here except for a way up behind the cult leader. So that's okay. Yeah. You get to see the dark wraiths is what those guys are called? Question mark? fighting those dudes, and you can even use that to your advantage if you want. Yeah, because when you first enter the range at which those dudes spawn, they do it way over there, and then they slowly walk. Very slowly, and if you step out of the room, one of them comes to you. No, I don't like that. Command grab. That's a shame. Alright. Well, let's do that again, but this time good. It's a stealth segment, so if I use my microphone, they'll find me. Now, sort of the problem of the let the Dark Wraiths kill all the enemies sort of strategy that I just employed is that it does put the Dark Wraiths right in front of the boss arena. Which means that you have to sort of run past them into the boss room through a closed door, so they're going to be right on top of you by the time you got that thing open. Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool cutscene or whatever, but I just want to fight my favorite boss. Is Abyss Watchers my favorite boss? They're certainly one of my favorites. Been talking a lot about least favorites today. At least I can name a couple definitive favorites. Abyss Watchers is one. Ooh, Demon in Pain and Demon from Below I really like. Come on, man. I don't want to deal with you right now. I want to deal with the one who actually has that bar. I mean, Soul of Cinder, Slate Night Gale, Sister Freed, and Father Arendelle. All of the, final bosses, fitting that they would be probably pretty good as far as bosses go. Twin Princes, I have said a few moments ago. Good boss fight that I like. Ow. We're gonna play a waiting game until that guy wakes back up. There we go. Who else in this video game is fun to fight. And archives, and Dragon Slayer armor. That's areas that I forgot talking about earlier. Not on my favorites list, though Dragon Slayer armor is definitely on my favorites list. The Grand Archive system, I don't like it. Huh. That's what we in business call it. Yeah. Right. Huh. Yeah, Dragon Slayer armor is really good. Champion's Gravetender is good. I don't like Gravetender Grey Wolf, though. It's a shame that there are a lot of, like, sort of two-part boss fights, or two enemy boss fights, where one of the enemies is good, and the other one isn't. Like, Champion's Gravetender, or Sister Creed, or some other ones that I could probably come up with if I didn't need to focus. So I'm going to be quiet for a little bit. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, Osiris. Osiris Consumed King. I am a big fan of that boss fight. The first time that I did it, it probably took me like 20-something tries, and I was quite annoyed. But, upon further examination and better knowledge of how to actually fight him, quite good. Do enjoy. We learned what happens when I get down to this sort of level of health is that I get one shot. So let's not let that happen. Hello, Mr. Red Eye. Show up and distract one of these fellas. Ah, right on time, bud. Thank you. We're just gonna keep it this. Just keep chucking ourselves in the meat grinder until we become a beautiful, perfect sausage. Had some gumbo the other day. It was really quite good. I don't need to tell you what goes in gumbo. It's gumbo. The Trinity is in it. There was sausage and chicken and shrimp. And a lot of very good seasonings. To take some home as leftovers and have it for breakfast the next morning, because That's just how it is with Gumbo. LMAO, you know how it is with spaghetti. Uh-oh. Hello, bud. Would you like to give me some assistance here? And a kiss. Oh no, he's coming after me. That ain't good. Well, I fucked that, didn't I? Whoa. Should I? Maybe I should be, you know, actually fighting the little second dude. I usually do not, but in these particular circumstances, I think that might be beneficial for me. Uh-oh. That's unfortunate. Our neighbors are, as they often do, playing music late into the night at very high volumes, such that we can hear them here in our apartment. And normally the mic doesn't pick that up, but this one has enough sort of bass vibration that it is coming up through the microphone arm and vibrating the body of the microphone itself, I believe. So if I'm quiet for too long a duration, you may begin to very faintly hear some music playing. I sincerely apologize for our inconsiderate neighbors. Seriously, they will sometimes play this music until like fucking 1 a.m. It is ridiculous, and it is obnoxious, and I do not like it. So now I can kill this guy, and so even if Big Man kills the red-eyed one, there's one less for me to worry about. Fun fact is what wrestler New Jack said about O.J. Simpson in one of his heel promos. Thank you, Super Eye Patch Wolf, for making me care about wrestling sometimes. That is a genuine recommendation, by the way. Do go and check out YouTuber Super Eye Patch Wolf. He's an Australian man, and he makes kind of video essays about various things from, like, sort of fake martial arts and psychics and stuff like that, to a very good series that he has done on why you should care about wrestling. And it genuinely converted me. I used to think that, you know, MMA is good, because it's an actual test of the skill of two fighters, and they're just going at one another in the ring, and it's, you know, actual fighting techniques. But he convinced me of something that I had heard another YouTube personality, I can't remember who, another YouTube personality whose opinions I, you know, respect, say, which is that wrestling is like football but with a script. And that's a cool idea, you know, like there's drama playing out. And because it's real life people doing it in, you know, televised promos, like over real life spans of time, you will have like years of history between wrestlers. Even if it is scripted, that is a lot of time for you to get some like juicy stuff out of it. So I still have not like watched any wrestling, but if I can find some like small circuit who treat their wrestlers well, so not the WWE, then maybe I will actually watch some wrestling. Yeah, do go and check out Super Eye Patch Wolf. He's really cool. Here's a topic for me to talk about. Just YouTubers I recommend. Jacob Geller is very good. He is another video essayist. He talks about architecture. He talks about horror games. He talks about Judaism. He's a cool dude. H-Bomber Guy is also cool. Naturally. He talks a lot about video games and also about social issues. The Measured Response series is good if you want something to show family members before they're a little bit too dug into all of the right-wing conspiracy theories, you know. Oh, if I had gotten a backstab then, this probably would have been over. Oh, just one more hit would have done it, though. Can I just, like, rewind and have one more hit happen, please? That's fine. What other YouTubers do I recommend? Nile Red is, he does videos where he does weird chemistry projects. I was having dinner right before the stream, and I was watching a video where he turns cotton balls into cotton candy, which is very funny to me. It's like alchemy. You can just turn anything into anything if you know how chemicals work. I think that's how it works. That's what I've taken from his videos, at least. Any other YouTubers I can think of recommending aren't people that you need to be told exist. Because, like, the only other YouTuber who I've been watching a lot of recently has been Andrew Ray, Mr. Binging with Babish. You don't need to be told that Binging with Babish exists. That's, everybody's seen an episode or two of that. Oh, wait. Slightly smaller food YouTuber of a similar style, You Suck at Cooking. It's also a very good channel if you're into that sort of style of humor, which if you're into my sorts of styles of humor, then you probably are. Oh no. Oh, good God. Shut up. Stop it. Ah, sir. You're supposed to fight them. Nerd. Jackass. Okay. Now I can fight the important guy. Hands are sweating. I'm gonna let this cutscene play out so that I can, you know, relax for a few seconds. God, I would kill a man for a baked potato right now. Like I just ate, but oh my God. Well, we're going to the store tomorrow. We can get some potatoes. I think we were gonna get some potatoes anyway. Oh, dumb thing about this armor. You see the little dagger holster? The dagger is like holstered on his thighs, but the hilt is sticking up onto his waist, and it just bends. I've never been able to take any of the sort of close-up shots of the Abyss Watchers or any players wearing the Abyss Watcher's armor seriously after noticing that one. So I apologize for ruining it for you as well. Okay. Slurp. Okay. This is the one. Unless I make a really stupid mistake, such as saying this is the one when victory is not yet in the bag. There we go. Ooh. Ha-cha-cha. There's the first Lord of Cinder. I'm thinking about Benny from Fallout New Vegas and his particular isms, you know. It's just Matthew Perry saying things that people in the 50s totally definitely really said actually in real life. Oh, excuse me. I'm just making all sorts of noises today, aren't I? I apologize for every single one of them. But now that we've done Abyss Watchers, we can get the coolest weapon in the game. And definitely the most viable one. Absolutely. There it is. Fair and Greatsword. Now I do not meet the strength requirements, so I will have to remedy that. But while we're here, we can get the Pontiff's Left Eye as well. Go ahead and equip the ladder. Eat the Stray Demon Soul. And see if I can get up to that strength requirement, which I believe was 18. No. Yes. Well, if I am to be two-handing it anyway, that's fine. Oh, wait, no. It accounts for the fact that by two-handing it, you are equipping a separate thing. So I do not have the stats to use this weapon yet, but look at that. How can you not want to do that? Just all the time, whenever possible. And you have a parry with it. And it's a reasonably fast parry as well. So I'm just going to hold on to that until I've leveled up one or two more times. Yeah. I think, we're about at the 2-hour mark, and my throat is not going to hold up, to another 30 minutes of this. So, I think that's been a stream. I wish I had a slightly quieter way of alt-tabbing over to, OBS. But yeah. That has been a stream. And we have certainly been playing Dark Souls. I hope you all enjoyed. Feel free to drop a follow if you want to be notified whenever I go live. My current schedule is Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, so I will be streaming tomorrow. And as I said earlier, I believe that will be Death Stranding, probably. Maybe. Depends. Yeah. I've had a gay old time Death Stranding pauses itself whenever I have a game actively running. It pauses the download, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna hop out of here and let that finish downloading, and also get some water so that I don't die. Yeah, ta-ta.